So we are back with another episode of upcoming mods for Fallout 4. This is a series where I show you guys some currently work in progress or otherwise unreleased mods by different members of the community. You're going to be able to find links to everything I show you in today's video down below. At the end I'll also have like a psych fun fact, as I always do in my videos. If you guys do enjoy the content, you can leave a like or a comment that helps boost the video's rating on YouTube so it'll be promoted to more people. But otherwise, let's just jump into the video. Start things off, we actually have a work in progress image of some of the Raider armors that will be coming to Fallout 4 later on in like a little pack of armors. This is going to be the Raider Blastmaster, this of course being from the previous Fallout game, Fallout 3. A lot of people really like these armors. I feel like Fallout 3 especially had a lot of really iconic and notable armors, but we've actually seen a few of these other armors. This is part of the larger mod, Fallout 4, the Capital Wasteland project, trying to bring Fallout 3 into Fallout 4, and they have shown us a bunch of other work in progress armors, as well as mentioned that a Raide Pack containing a bunch of these armors will be releasing at some point. So here are also some of the other armors we have seen in some of these previous updates. I don't know definitively if these will be in the pack, but you can only kind of assume that maybe the metal armor, that Blastmaster armor, as well as this other miscellaneous Raider armor that we have seen in the past will all be contained within that, and that's going to be pretty cool. Right now we do have the Merc Pack, which integrates into the level list of the Gunners in Fallout 4, and then having a Raider Pack integrating into the level list of the Raiders would really change up the game. It would give it a visually different appearance, and I like that. I'm always pretty excited and enjoy mods like that, so I think this would be a great addition to the game, and hopefully we'll get a release at least somewhat soon. Then we have some work in progress animations by Hitman on the Mossberg 590. So it's actually been a while since we've seen anything from Hitman. The Mossberg 590s from the larger mod, the Weapon Edition or Replacement Suite. As you can see, it's going to be a pretty notable piece of equipment. These pump actions are not something we have a ton of in Fallout 4, even in Fallout 4 modding. We have a few at this point. It was a big deal when they originally came out. But this one, of course, looks really cool. The way this will work in Fallout 4, so if you guys don't know, wars basically will replace some of the existing weapons in the game. We don't know definitively what this will be replacing, but you could think some of the combat items that we do have will be changed over for this one. I think this looks amazing. The animations are on point. This obviously is a work in progress, but you can find a full link to the video as well as a ton of other content from Hitman in the link down below. Then you also have two work in progress armors by Taco Duck. So these are just two miscellaneous armors. They're not connected in any way. First, you're looking at the Vault Security armor. This is of course adding in that iconic armor that you have seen in some of the previous Fallouts. This always has been a big deal and a lot of people really enjoy these, especially earlier on in the game. Before you get like good armors or power armor or anything, using that Vault Security armor is always like a good alternative to just the normal Vault suit. And then we also have the Dead Money Hazmat suit. Imagine a lot of you guys are going to enjoy this one. This one looks awesome. It's definitely something that if you're going for like, I don't even know what kind of character build, like a Child of Adam maybe or something. It looks really cool either way. I could see a lot of people using this on a lot of different characters, and it fits into Fallout very well because it is based on some of the stuff in the previous games. Then we do also have a huge update to the Service R. If you guys don't know, the Service R is a mod you can download right now, but the mod author Deadpool 2099 kind of decided to rebuild it from the ground up. So this will be coming out as I believe a separate and standalone mod as compared to his old one, which may be taken down. But obviously having a lot of the same ideals and principles, considering it is the same mod author and largely the same mod, just rebuilt. In the background you can see the different variants that will be available for this, and they look awesome. It's really going to have a ton of customizability, as you can see, and you're going to be able to really change it around to what you want it to be. I feel like that's one of the premier aspects of this platform, and it's something that very few mods have actually taken advantage of, this or the old version of this being one of the few, and I'm happy to see that being maintained. Beyond that, it of course has a ton of nostalgia with it. I feel like the original iteration of the Service R was good, but it wasn't great, but I hope this one does actually reach new highs, and based off these images, it definitely seems like that's something it will be doing. So here's the big new update from this video, and probably the reason a lot of you guys actually clicked on this video. Everything else in this video was for Fallout 4, but this last one's for Fallout New Vegas. Fallout New California is one of those DLC-sized expansion mods for Fallout New Vegas. It's almost like a new game, but only with the main story. There's not a ton of side quests and things like that, but the main story is pretty lengthy and big, just like the regular Fallouts. Well, they are done, actually. Yeah, the mod is feature complete. It took them 6 years, from 2012 to 2018, but the mod will be coming out in 2018. All the features they wanted to implement and plan to are now in the mod, and they could play it from start to finish. Of course, not bug-free. They do mention in their update that I have linked down below on ModDB that basically it's feature complete, but they're going to be spending the month of February actually bug testing and fixing a lot of these various bugs that are there. This is a huge milestone. I mean, if they wanted to release it right now, it'd probably be buggy and people would fix it later on, but you could play through the whole thing. There's only been a few mods like this for Fallout to even be released in all of the games, Fallout 3, New Vegas, and 4 obviously being the main ones, and a lot of them are still a work in progress. This one technically is, but again, they do say it's done, and now just moving on to some bug fixing, but we should have a release relatively soon, like definitively within 2018, which is amazing. I absolutely think you guys should show these people some support. I will have a link to their ModDB as well as where you could donate to them down below, because throw them some money. They just put a ton of work into something that we're going to enjoy. I imagine some of you will hold off till we get a release version, but either way, I will definitely be donating to these guys because this is a massive undertaking and they accomplished it. So before we end this video, I actually have a contest that you guys can enter. One of the overhaul mods or larger mods for Fallout 4 is actually having a way you could be turned into an NPC within the mod. That's going to be the GRA. I actually can't say two of the words in that, so I'm not going to pronounce the full name, but either way, to enter, I'm going to have a link down below. Basically, you could either subscribe to me, subscribe to Ka the Human or KA the Human. You can visit their Facebook page, join their Discord, and actually refer a friend for more entries. Either way, this is a pretty big deal. Being an NPC in a game or in a mod is something that's really awesome, and I wouldn't pass up on this opportunity. There are only 2 days left, so if you want to join, you have to do this now. Again, I will have it linked down below. For today's Psych Fun Fact, it's going to be a little bit briefer because I don't have a ton of time. I have class. But either way, here's something really interesting. So I took this class called Personality a while ago, and in Personality, there's like a heritability factor to traits. So it's like the genetic likelihood of you having a trait your parent had. The problem with research in that field is how do you know if it was the environment or if it was actually just genetics? Well, one thing I learned is the way they test this, or a lot of the major studies I learned about, was based off twins separated at birth or separated very shortly thereafter birth. So basically imagine you and your twin sister were kind of sent off or adopted by two different families, and they compare how those twins developed and what similarities they have, because that would hypothetically be genetic, and which things were different about them because that would be due to their environment. There's a ton of other crazy stuff you get into with heritability, like if your parents don't get married, there's like a 70% chance you won't get married either as a child, but that's for a different video. I just thought the way they actually conduct those studies is pretty crazy and interesting. Yeah, that's pretty much gonna wrap it up. As always, again, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.